Hello guys, welcome back to Style and Culture. We have very special guests in the building. This is a friend, been very busy. I'm glad to hear make time to be here with us today, but we were trying to plan this for a very long time. We finally made it. This is a special guest, DJ SSKES, and he's gonna tell us a little bit about him. Let us know, how you start into music and then your background, for those people like your fans, find out more about you.
Yeah, man. So for everybody sitting at home or everybody watching this, my name is DJ SSKES. I've been DJing for about 9 years now. Next year will be my 10th year. It's been a non-stop journey, I'll tell you that. And basically I got into DJing from obviously just the passion of music. I had a lot of songs on my laptop, more than the average. Let's say I had about 20,000 songs on my laptop just from collecting songs from friends, collecting songs from just people from different cultures, because I like exploring different cultures. I've got so many people that I know from different places around the world. And then when I moved to Manchester to actually, join uni, focus on different things, I ended up joining the SES, and I had a friend of mine who knew somebody that worked at a radio station, and basically he knew how to DJ and he was willing to teach me how to DJ, which was quite crazy because he managed to teach me how to DJ for free. He told me I was the worst DJ he'd ever heard of. When I first started, he said, bro, I can't lie, you're terrible. And I said, so is there any hope for me? And he goes, well, you're gonna have to just keep coming back here for 3 months learning. So for 3 months straight. So what happened was we used to walk from uni because I wasn't driving then. I used to walk from uni about half an hour to this guy's radio station for 3 times a week for 3 months. So literally 3 times a week for 3 months, I was going to this studio, bro.
You love music.
I love the music. I was so interested in becoming a better DJ. And the time when I realized that it was clicking was when I first started making my first clean mix. When you first start mixing 2 songs together, the feeling is crazy. I can imagine you probably messed about with some equipment,
the BPMs,
I started with virtual DJ. I started using virtual DJ. From virtual DJ is like the basic DJ software. I moved on to Serato, where you actually have to pay. That's the professional DJ
pay
software.
The subscription and all that.
Pay the subscription, bro. That subscription is still eating into my bank right now. Like, it doesn't stop. It's like an investment in yourself. But that's literally, I would say that's literally how I started.
How you started. Do you remember your first live performance, and what's the difference from that and into now?
Wow. So my first live performance was a house party. Okay. And it was a house party somewhere in the city centre of Manchester, and basically I think it was like an ACS like end of year house party type thing. And I just remember being like, wow, I got booked for my first booking. Like, they've actually paid me to be here. Like, this is the best £50 I'm gonna make. That's how much it was. It was £50. I'm telling you, £50. I was DJing literally from let's say 9 p.m. all the way to 4 a.m. for £50. Like, it was a shift. But it was definitely worth it.
Now yesterday's price is not today's price. Things are changed.
We thank God yesterday's price, not today's price, because it's definitely worth taking those bookings when you first start off. Sometimes I did a lot of free bookings, obviously, because I'm just trying to build my profile, practice, build my name, get comfortable in front of crowds. And then once I started doing that, then I start elevating. Then you start meeting new people that are like, wow, you're a good DJ, you've been doing some good work. Let's bring you into the clubs. Let's bring you into town. Let's take you, different places. I still remember that day, people just jumping up and down, and you get that feeling like, wow, I'm making people dance. This is exactly what I want.
Did you feel confident with your mix when you were playing for the first time, or at that time it's still
Still, I'll be honest with myself. I probably thought it was good, but other people would probably notice that, you know what, the mixing isn't as clean as it should be. However, the songs are good though.
As long as the genre that you're exchanging, you know what I mean? It's not from very calm music to you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You get into the vibe slowly.
You can't be mixing I don't know, Adele, and then we're mixing it with Pop Smoke at the same time. It just doesn't make sense. You have to basically structure the party and make sure people understand that when you structure the party and you actually structure how you want the vibe to go.
Yeah.
People enjoy themselves.
You know, you've been playing all around the UK at the moment. You know, fully booked.
Crazy.
You know, I know how busy you are. I know how long it took for us to actually, you know, get to this session in here and actually, you know, do this podcast today.
Yes.
But you know, you've been playing all around the UK, working with like, you know, international artists and all of that. Tell us, you know, the story a little bit more. The best memory you have in those, you know, working with international artists.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll probably say the best memories I have were from like, let's say 2019. Obviously it's 2025 now, but 2019, my first major festival was Afro Nation.
Yeah.
So Afro Nation, when Afro Nation first started, they did
the first
ever one. They did Afro Nation Ghana, and obviously I'm Ghanaian, but like being there and DJing in your own country is crazy. Like that lineup was mad. I felt the love everywhere. Like, you know, you had Akon was there, Wizkid was there, Naomi Campbell, Stonebwoy. You had who else? There's so many names. Enos B, some people from like, you know, representing every country.
Basically, like, you get that. That's when he'd been around a bunch of celebrities.
Bunch of real celebrities, and I'll probably say a bunch of real musicians. You get what I mean? And that was the first time I actually met Rema as well. So I met Rema when he was 19 years old, and I said, "Wow, Rema, like you're so talented. Like I know you're gonna be the future of like Afrobeats music," because at that time I was like 21.
Yeah, the song that he put out during COVID time wasn't popular.
Wasn't popping. I think the only one song he
went
had
viral in COVID, wasn't it?
Exactly. So it was Do Maybe, that one. I was like, do maybe. Like obviously it was a good vibe, but people were like, oh, they don't really understand because that beat was meant to be like a throwaway beat. So during that period, that's when I first met Rema and I started mingling and actually holding conversations with artists and stuff like that. And from there, I just really didn't look back, you know. This weekend just gone, DJ'd at Wireless. Before we was on tour.
How was that experience in
Oh
Wireless?
man,
is that the biggest festival?
That's the biggest festival. Completely. I think Wireless is the second biggest festival in the UK. Glastonbury is number one, and then Wireless is second. But being there with like people like Drake, people like Burner, Vibes Cartel that's just come out of prison, which we never thought he was gonna come out. Spice.
I seen your stories, man. I seen your stories all around. All the celebs around your stories. And,
mad. Like I can't even put into words. You just had to be there, and I tried to document as much as possible because I wanted people to see that it's actually such a good environment to be in, you know. And I just haven't looked back since. It's been
I bet
great.
You know, like the feeling of, you know, being in that environment, you know, must be crazy. So what's your approach when it comes to, like, you know, I know you playing, you know, different places already. What was your approach playing at Wireless Festival? I think because playing in the club, playing in you know, small events is different. When it's Wireless, what you know, how do you practice for that?
So I feel like as a DJ, the best thing for you to do is adapt, right? You need to be able to change your playing style depending on your crowd. So what I realized in festivals, you have a lot of people that are like wanting to relax, wanting to prepare themselves for the main stage, the main acts. There's families in there. There's people from different like backgrounds in terms of older generation and younger generation.
Going Wireless for a while.
So you have to take them on a journey. You've got to, you know, normally in a club you play old school R&B, you know, old school hip hop, take it to Afro, dancehall, and then make your way up from there in freestyle. But this time I started off differently. I played some reggae music. I played like some old school, like, I don't know, reggaeton type vibes, like Kazumba, because I feel like because of the people I've met and the different stages I've been on, I've learned that it's very important to play for other people, to play for yourself. A lot of DJs play the songs they love, like they don't play for the crowd. But like doing that allowed me to feel more comfortable because a lot of the DJs that went on there had like a set planned. I very rarely have a set planned. I normally go with what I can see. So if I can see someone dancing, if I see a lady, she's there, she's waving at you, like you have to wave back. Do you get what I mean? You have to make sure you're an interactive person because that's how I like to see myself.
Well, you know, because Wireless, you have such a different generation all in the same environment at the same time. People's been going Wireless for over 10 years and then there's new generation that just, you know, just turned 18, turned 19. Literally, they want to be in that environment. They want to feel like, you know, they're adults now. They want to go to those environments. So how do you manage to be able to entertain those people all at the same time, and that's must be the biggest challenge.
The biggest challenge because sometimes you can find yourself stuck in playing only new songs or only songs that you feel like, okay, this is new, so people will know. But what people don't understand is it actually takes about 3 months to 6 months for people to actually learn lyrics for a song, you know, because obviously people are getting around with their lives, like unless it's their favorite song that they play every day, they're not going to know the song. So what I try to do is I try to mix a new song with a well-known beat that they know from the past. So if you know a well-known beat, you'll start realizing that, okay, I've heard this beat before, I don't know what the lyrics are, so let me start shazamming the lyrics, and then it will show you what the name of the song is, and that's how you introduce people to new music. I feel like as a DJ, it's very important to introduce people to new music.
That's a game.
It's actually your job. That is the game right there. That's free game.
If you're a new DJ, listen to this and you know, start picking up some you know, some real game in there. So what's your process of selecting, you know, the track and, you know, also call again and then getting the tracks together?
I think for me the process is
even discovering the new tracks as well.
I always use playlists. So I go through Spotify playlists, I go through Apple Music, I also go through SoundCloud, because a lot of artists have actually taken off through SoundCloud. People, if you remember an artist called Little Tekka, from back in the day, like a hip hop artist. He's not really from back in the day, but he blew up from SoundCloud. And when you go through the playlist, it actually shows you what people have liked the most, what people have listened to the most. And then what I'll do is I'll compare that with YouTube. And I'll be like, okay, if people have listened to this the most, have they watched it the most? So the things is with watched videos, if you watch it more, you're gonna like it more, because you'll be like, oh, do you remember the music video for this? Like some crazy music videos we've seen. Like I know.
Some music videos are more catchy than the proper song sometimes.
Exactly. And there's even a new song right now called Charger or whatever it is. There's one, like everyone is literally watching that one because it's got a Call of Duty music video. Like they probably don't even know the song lyrics, but they know that, oh yeah, that's the song that goes. Do you know what I mean? So it's a good process to use, and then after that I'll download the songs manually, one by one, and then I have to make sure I match the beats for each song. Not everybody does it in this way,
a lot of work,
but it's a lot of work behind the scenes. So obviously it can lead me to, you know, late nights. It's late nights, early mornings, but you'll never have a complete library. The reason I say that for DJs is it's like songs are changing every day. Like songs are coming out every day. And there's always new genres that are important for people, you know. Sometimes we've moved away from funky house, we've moved away from grime. All of a sudden we've recycled and we're back to grime.
I bet there's some selection
Afro house.
You have in there you never touched.
Bro, never touched for years. All of a sudden now, like everyone's like, yeah, let's bring that sound back. And I was like, wow, okay, I don't mind. But it means that those songs I now have to bring to the front of my library. Do you understand what I mean? So I'll have a crate for hip hop. I'll have a crate for Afrobeats, dancehall, reggae, even for the Latino music, you know, reggaeton, kazumba. You need to structure it so it makes it easier for you to play. That's the best. That's the best way to do it.
But also you need to know all the time. But obviously, you selecting the music, and then you already know, you know, which one is the first, second, everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like on your playlist, as soon as you open one little box,
exactly,
and then there's, you know, there's a bunch of songs in the one box. But how would you be able to, like, you know, quickly select which one you want? Just it's hard. DJing is not easy. I was gonna ask you, like, you know, DJing different genre of music. Which one is genre that you resonate with the most? I know you're African, but it might not be Afrobeat.
You know what? As an African, it's not always, you know, the typical thing people might think of Afrobeats. You know, the music I resonate with the most. Watch my lyrics. I resonate with the most, I'll probably say, is reggae music. The reason I like reggae so much is because it's very mellow and calm. I find myself as quite a calm person, but reggae music is quite spiritual as well, because like the vibe reggae gives you just want to relax. You want to think like you're in a different place, a different country, as if you're laid on the beach looking into the sky. Like reggae music, like people just think,
I love reggae in summertime. I listen to reggae music in summertime.
It's beautiful, man. Like it just gives you good feelings. And I feel like reggae is another thing where if you have an older crowd, they'll remember it from those are the days they used to go out. And if you have a younger crowd, they'll be like, yeah, my mom used to play this all the time. I used to be sleeping, I get woken up with the reggae music, like the same way they say it with all the slow like R&B and stuff like that, like Joe and all those, you know.
Guys, if you want to get your hair done, male or female, check Amina's Doll on Instagram. I'm going to leave the Instagram right there. Go and check it out. And you got the bookings in there. Message for any type of inquiry you have. If you want to get your hair long, short, anything, just, you know, tap into Amina's Doll on Instagram. It's £20 deposit. If you don't turn up, it's not refundable. But I'm sure you're going to turn up. You're going to get your hair done. See, my hair is looking fresh like this. Done by Amina's Doll. Check it out. Peace. What would you say is the most popular R&B song?
Oh, the most popular R&B song. I'd probably...
One single track that you think everybody knows. Every time they play that song, everybody's singing along.
As an R&B song. It probably has to be like No Scrubs. I don't want no scrubs.
What about Let Me Love You from Mario?
Oh, everyone knows Let Me Love You.
That's what I would say, man.
Everyone knows No Scrubs. You know what the thing about Let Me Love You is, because I've seen some people in the crowd, when they've got a broken heart of they're missing somebody, that song is not a good song to play. Because you can see people, like, you look, it's like, yo, I know I'm feeling emotional right now. You know, some people start crying in the corners. It's like, oh, okay, maybe I have to switch that song, but... You know, like, come on, look at the lyrics. Baby, I just don't get it. Like,
but that's the thing though. Every time I see that song getting played, sometimes you don't need to be in a club. Even just me, like, you know, vibing around with friends. If a girl's around, they start singing that song, they will sing along with me straight away.
Yeah, true.
So that song, you know, I don't know, for some reason I just think that's one of the most popular R&B songs.
I think everybody knows that one. And then another one everyone knows is the Chris Brown, Ayo.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows Ayo as well. And T-Pain, Let Me Buy You a Drink.
Buy you a drink, T-Pain,
Because the guys always use that song to buy girls a drink.
No, but is that song, even now, new generation still know that song. I think it was this festival in America that T-Pain went, and then he was playing that song. The entire crowd was singing along. He was wearing this weird outfit.
And he was like dancing around on the stage, and it was like, what did he say? He said, "Oh, I've been trying to play at this festival for, you know, or even perform at this festival for my whole life. Like, this is the first time. So, excuse me if I start dancing around the stage." And that's what he was doing.
He's a good dancer. He's a good singer too.
Oh
So what would you say makes truly DJ stands out?
I think I've had this conversation with a couple of like my DJ, you know, friends, you know, some of the female DJs and the male DJs, because there's a lot of DJs that are coming up now. And I think what makes a DJ stand out is, number one, their playing style. You know, whether you're a DJ that likes to either catch people off guard or play on the drop, or, you know, you like to scratch, or you're actually known for your song selections and your remixes. And another thing is the character of the DJ. Like, nowadays we live in an era where, like, before it just used to be, if you go and you hear a good DJ, like, that's it, that DJ is good, it's fine. But now a DJ comes as a full package. A DJ is an entertainer, a personality, somebody, like, when you meet somebody, the energy transfers into the music. You can imagine, like, some DJs you've been to watch, you're like, 100%. Wow, their music is not matching their personality or their character. Like, I thought there would be more either fun, or I thought there would be, like, I don't know, a bit more relaxed or chilled or what, like, you know what I'm trying to say.
I feel like back in the days, DJ don't used to give much value to DJs back in the day, but now DJ is just as equal as an artist. You know what I mean? If you're going to play music, you need to have your own character, you need to have your personality, you need to have your own brand. As a DJ, you need to be having your own brand. You see those two guys that used to wear that marshmallow thing. You know what I mean? The people know them as marshmallows.
Marshmallow DJ.
And then they went so viral. I don't really listen to, like, you know, house music like that, but I know that know them from the brand, you know what I mean? Because they brand themselves. Also, you have those people that used to play with Pharrell that have the helmets as well.
Oh and it looked like he had a Squid Game mask on. And he was always playing with the keys.
Well. You know, it's all about, like, you know, actually trying to, you know, get yourself out there and then build your own brand but, you know, go forward. So what would you say is, like, you know, is your main goal as a DJ is to, like, you know, be playing on the festivals and, you know, going to tour around.
Yeah.
So what's the main goal you want to be doing as a DJ? Not just doing clubs, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my main goals. I feel like as a DJ, I'd probably say my main goal as a DJ will be able to obviously put myself and my country in more of a global and commercial scale.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, living in the UK, but being from Ghana originally, we have a lot of Ghanaian artists out there, but it's been a journey trying to get them mainstream.
Yeah.
You know, since Fuso DG and the people like that have broken the barriers, you know, back in the day, like, we're still yet to have more artists like that in numbers in that field. So that would be, I would say, my main goal. And then as myself personally as a DJ would be to tour and would be to release music with the artists that obviously
I was going to ask you if you play, you know, are you working any music or any artists that, you know?
Like right now I'm making some beats. So right now I've been producing. So like I've even changed, you know, some of my socials to, you know, DJ/producer because that is the next step for me. I'm always looking to try and elevate and try and be better than I was yesterday. And I feel like once you start producing, it opens yourself into a whole new avenue, and it opens like the bracket into you becoming the next, you know, level of yourself.
100%.
And it allows you to network in a different way, because not only are you now playing for the artist,
you're also surrounded with artists, making beats for them, you're producing music, you're doing all, like, you know, that, like, you're a brand. It's like you know, just like DJ Khaled is not really a DJ. Do you know what I mean? So,
but what people don't understand is DJ Khaled did all the DJ work before he started producing. Like, there's videos on YouTube of DJ Khaled scratching, like going crazy on decks, and literally from there he was like, okay, I've done my DJing, like,
do more.
I can do more. And basically he's the reason now that Vibes Cartel and Mavado are just cool. Like, those two back in the day used to argue. They used to, like, bro, people were fighting.
Like,
Jamaica's history between those two, like, they were battling seriously. And then I think I woke up like 2-3 weeks ago and I seen a video of them two saying, Gaza Gully together. I said, wow, like, music can bring unity if it's done in the right way. So I feel like if I can do that and unite, obviously, my people through the music, like, that would be, bro, that would be sensational.
So that's one of the legacies. Tell me what legacy you want to leave behind in the music scene and in Manchester scene as well in music. Because obviously in Manchester, we have big DJs in Manchester, but right now I would say you're probably one of the biggest DJs in Manchester. I would say that.
That's great.
Openly, I would say that you're one of the biggest DJs in Manchester. So what legacy you want to leave behind in the music scene in general and also in Manchester scene?
I feel like Manchester has opened so many doors for me, and I'm so grateful because, like, now people in Manchester have classed me as like a Mancunian. Like, they really show me so much love and respect here, which I can never ever, like, take for granted. And like being in Manny, like we all know, Manny is a home of so many talented people, but I feel like because they don't see that in the UK, they only see London. Or anytime anyone comes from outside of, you know, the UK, they go straight to London. And I'm thinking, why? Like, you need to explore different places. Anytime they come to Manchester, they said, wow, I didn't even know this place was this cool. Like, you know, they never worry about looking over their shoulders or anything like that. Like, they always think that, this is a good vibe, good environment. So what I want to do is become one of those DJs that puts 2 feet on the ground for Manchester.
So what would you think is the biggest mistake DJs makes in a live set?
I think the biggest mistake all DJs are guilty of in a live set is playing all the bangers first. The venue or something opens at, let's say, 11 o'clock. By 12 o'clock, I've already heard Drake, Wizkid, Burna Boy, you know, all your main artists that you can think of, and there's been no warm up. And I feel like because of, like, the new school way of DJing and the new, like, accessibility people have to social media like TikTok and things like that, people feel like because those TikTok DJs are playing that's exactly what I'm going to start my set with, because everybody knows it. But the thing is, that kills the party off straight away, because guess what? The DJs that are playing after you are going to have to play those songs. And when they play those songs, it's like, oh, I've already heard it, so the vibe or the feeling is not the same. So I feel that's a major killer. Like when I first started DJing, one of my OG DJs, like I'll call it DJ Io. He's been, you know, very inspirational in like me coming up, and he always used to tell me that, bro, DJing is a journey, man. There's no rush. Like, don't rush the set. The warm-up set is the most important. Like, people used to feel so bad about you being the first to play because no one would hear you afterwards, but you set the tone for the whole party. If you don't set the tone right, the rest of the party is gonna be rubbish. And I feel like that's the bit no one realizes. If you start playing, you know, Cry Me a River and Justin Bieber at 10:30, 11, the vibe is like, what are you trying to do, bro? You want people to cry? That's like, do you get what I'm saying? So you need to be very selective in how you structure your set. I feel like that is one of the most key things you learn as a live DJ, because that's the difference between transitioning from a bedroom DJ to a live DJ, is that you're now playing for people. You're now playing in front of people. So whatever you play will be what they remember you for.
And then checking the crowd.
And checking the crowd, always looking up. That's a tough one, because sometimes DJs, they always look down. They're always looking down. They're not looking. Someone is requesting a song and they're like, oh, I didn't see the person or whatever, or there's an artist in the building and they're not even playing the artist's song. The artist has walked in the building, he's there,
you gotta make sure,
At least play one of his songs, man. Like, do you get what I mean?
You need to acknowledge your surroundings.
Just a little bit of respect.
So just in case, like, let's say you're playing in the club and you see any environment, the crowd is dead. What's the go-to track do you use, so like, you know, to get the crowd back up?
Get the crowd back up. Okay, tell me, pick a genre. Because I play, there's songs for each genre that I use.
I'll give you two genres. Hip hop. And reggae.
Hip hop and reggae, Okay. So the hip hop song I would play, currently at the moment, that would get people up would be Drake Nokia. Okay.
The new one, yeah.
Who's calling my phone? Like, I'd play that because that Drake is such a smart marketer. He's used that to basically break through the TikTok algorithm and stuff, and then still make it relevant to people that remember those old school type of melodies and stuff like that. And then reggae song, I'd probably say Pressure, Love and Affection. Let me give you some love and affection. Like, that song, bro, beautiful. And like everyone that's in the crowd, they always look at you and they're like, yeah, man, this is a banger. Like, I remember this song from way back. Like,
imagine you're working in a project. You have the big project that you're working on, and is this huge artist, any random artist that would actually make you drop every work you're doing to go on the tour with.
Big artist, random artist.
I'm not saying you're getting booked, obviously there's
responsibilities,
but you're just working on a project right now, you know, trying to put some, you know, track out, trying to, you know, work in an album and things like that. And then you had a call from this artist you always wanted to go on a tour with. Which artist would that be to make you drop everything, go on a tour and come back to finish your work?
If I had to say, that's a tough question, you know.
It's not easy, definitely not easy.
It's not easy at all. I'd probably say if Stonebwoy from Ghana told me to drop everything and come on a tour, 100% I'm going, because he's like a Afro dancehall artist and he does like Afrobeats and reggae as well at the same time. But he's a versatile artist. He knows every genre. I'd openly say that. Like, he's made so many different style songs with different people from around the world. And I feel another artist I would probably say in the reggae field who would have to be Barrington Levi.
I never heard of him.
Probably never heard of him, but he's a legendary reggae artist. Barrington Levi is a really legendary artist. Like, you guys need to check him out. Like, obviously, he's got a song called Too Experienced as well, which is quite cool. Like, is, you know, I'm too experienced to be taken for a fool. Like, obviously, I can't sing. You guys let me off.
I probably would know the song.
You know the song once it plays. But like, I'm not just gonna sit here and sing all the songs for you guys. But like, trust me, those two artists, if they told me to drop everything, everyone would have said, oh, why do you say Drake? Why do you say Burna? Like, obviously, them guys have got their own established stuff and everything would be great. But I feel like with an artist and a DJ, you have to have some sort of relation. There needs to be a connection. Because it'd be great going on tour with them guys, but if I haven't established a connection with them, it's not gonna fulfill me in the same way.
You want it to be flawless. You know?
Man, I want to enjoy like without even thinking. I don't want to be like, oh crap, I'm messing up because Drake doesn't want me to play at this like this. I was like, oh, do you get what I'm saying?
So what would you say is the difference between club DJ and a cultural shift in DJ?
Oh man, for a club DJ cuts their songs real short. Yeah, because there's a lot of catalog to go through, and you need to keep people engaged at all times. People get really bored in the clubs quickly. But let's say like between a cultural like shifting DJ, like a wedding DJ or a festival DJ, stuff like that, is they are picking the section in the song that gives people the best vibe, and they're blending it with another song at the same time. They're trying to basically maintain the energy throughout. Whereas in a club, you have to raise the energy and keep it high. So that's why when people go to clubs and they complain about, oh, you played my favorite song too short, is because we're trying to maintain the vibe, and we're trying to maintain the energy. Because if we don't do that, you know, the energy can dry down.
You don't want to be play the song from the start to the end.
Sometimes you'll see somebody, they'll be sleeping in the corner. And it's not on my set, I'm not gonna lie, they don't sleep on, but I'm saying because people are actually sleeping there because they're thinking, oh man, this is too slow, or like, you know, if they've drank too much, like they're gonna be laid out. Do you get what I mean? You need to keep the energy up. And the thing is, that's why it's important to build from the start, DJ, and build the energy up instead of the DJ playing Pop Smoke and then everyone is now crashing down, because that is, you know, that is a killer. But I'd say that's the main difference between those two types. Yeah, man.
Bro, it was good to have you here, man. I want you to leave a quick message for people on your camera right there. You know, give one or any motivational message or any announcement you want to make for your projects and things you're working on.
Obviously, you know, thanks for you guys for bringing me onto this. This has been sick. Like, you know, I would never imagine doing an interview like this so soon. You know, make sure you follow the style and culture. But obviously, it's DJ SKES in the building. I'm gonna be bringing out songs coming out soon. I'm gonna be working with some very big names. Obviously, you saw me yesterday with like Burna and people like that. Obviously, we're in a different field now, and with this much experience that I've had in DJing, I'm probably going to throw my own headline show next year for 10 years of DJ SKES.
That'll be good, man.
It'll be very good to bring the people out that have been supporting me for ages, and I'm just going to have some new styles, new things that that I'm bringing towards my events. I've got my event called Movement Project. Make sure you follow that. It's called MVMENT Project, and I've been running that for 7 years, since 2017. So all these things are going to be working together, and I'm going to be putting on some big shows to bring people together, and hopefully you all enjoy it as well, as much as I do.
We love
thank
DJ
you again.
SKES, man.
Thank you again.
I appreciate it, man. Good having you here, man.
My boy, thank you so much.